Hey everybody, it's been a year since I opened coaching and it's time to open the doors again. Now, as usual, I'm going to be offering a limited number of coaching spots, and that's because honestly, as much as I love coaching, I like doing stuff just as much, so I don't want to spend all of my time coaching. But it is time to open it again. Now, you may remember as well in March, I had considered opening it, and then things were going crazy with SEO, and I still believe that the SEO industry is kind of unstable right now. So I want to assure you that this is not just SEO coaching, it's whatever coaching you want. You basically get to come to me, we can talk about business, we can talk about specific digital products, we can talk about however you want to monetize your blog. Essentially, think of it more as like blog coaching, but we're not going to have the specific SEO restriction that I used to have, which I think is kind of fun. However, we're also doing this very differently. Now, when I've offered coaching in the past, first of all, I've never offered the same package twice because I always change things and adapt. That is the ADHD working, and I think it's just improving the system every time. But I've also always done it on Zoom. Now, that's had some issues, first of all, because Zoom keeps like training AI on data and it's hard to opt out, and that's a whole issue. But also for me with my chronic health issues, I really struggle to stare at a camera for basically 6 hours of the day and just be on calls with people. I find I don't have my best ideas that way, and I want you guys to get the best of me, but I also want to get the best of you. And especially with time zones and things, it is just so hard and especially frustrating for my friends in Asia and Australia to try and hop on a Zoom live, and then you feel like you're too tired to get it right, or I'm up late to get it right, and it's a whole rigmarole. So instead, I have completely changed the system, and this is not my original idea. I fully am copying this from Lizzie Goddard. Well, she teaches it, so I guess I learned it from her, and I actually did some amazing coaching with her this way, and it worked so well. So I want to introduce you guys to Voxer. Voxer is a voice messaging app, so think of it like WhatsApp, but none of us get each other's phone numbers, so it's much more private and secure, which I really appreciate. Now, this is a free app for y'all. You do not have to pay to use it. I have the paid plan, so I get transcripts and stuff because ADHD, but you can use this for free if you would like to. So I have the free one open right now on one of my accounts. That way y'all can see how it works. So we're going to listen. I will say, I don't know how great the quality will be for you guys because I'm playing it through my speaker and then it's recording it, but it is clear when I listen to it.
Hey Alex, I am so excited to get started on coaching. Thank you so much for dropping in. For everyone listening, this is how Voxer works.
So essentially you can see there, it's just a voice note from me. Now the great thing is that you can download these, you can add them to a Dropbox, and that means that you'll also be able to come back and re-listen to these. It also means that if I explain something really complex, I always sent the recording to people as well, but this way you can find it within the conversation more easily later rather than having to sift through like a 2-hour Zoom call, which is exhausting. And you can also send me voice notes.
Hey Nina, this is Alex. This is how Voxer works. And I'm gonna ask a question for how to get started. I can start talking about myself. We can run through what to do. Just let me know. I'm super excited.
So that was my lovely VA, Alex. We really appreciate her jumping on this very last minute to help me do this demo. But you'll send me voice notes as well. You can also send text if you prefer, if that's easier for you, especially if you want to do any sort of like language translation. That might make it a bit simpler, but you can mix and match as well. So feel free to message me however you want, basically, within this. So the reason that I love Voxer as well is that you can do it even when you're busy, if you're running to the store, and it's time shifted. So the way that I'm going to be running coaching is time-based. We're basically going to be doing 2 different really cool systems, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the way that it's going to work is that you can send me messages when it works best for you so that you're not rushed. You're not having to like plan your whole day around this. You're able to get the most out of this while still working on your business, living with your family, doing what you need to do as a human. And I think that's really cool. Also, once we're done, like once your coaching is done, you keep this. It lives on for you, so you can refer back to it at any point. And that means you never have to hunt down any sort of like file on your computer that you can't remember the name of, whatever. It immediately exists here. It also allows me to send you text, links, whatever I want. And so one of the things that I do appreciate people are going to want are video demos of certain things. And that's where my handy friend Loom comes in. So I love Loom for video presentations. It's what I'm recording this on right now. And basically it's going to allow me, if I need to record a demo for you because you need a visual of something, I can record this really quickly and then send you over the link. Once again, you'll be able to watch that at your leisure, and Loom has a lot of accessibility controls that I really appreciate. So you can see on the screen right now, the transcript is open in the corner. Also, if we play, I'm going to pause it quite quickly, but you can see, oh, did I pause it? Yes, good. You can see that you can adjust the speed. You can, or pardon me, the volume, the speed over here. There are closed captions, and you're able to increase the size on the screen if you would like. So this is going to allow you to make sure that you can watch this in whatever way works best for you. So I'm not forcing you to get on a Zoom and then you're struggling to hear me or struggling to process. And the great thing about this system is that you're going to end the day not feeling drained. You're going to end the day feeling excited and ready to take action and like have the energy to take action, rather than like getting off a call where you're like, I just need to like sit in a dark room for 3 days. Maybe I'm just like that deep of an introvert, but I know a lot of people struggle with that. So I want to make sure that you equally get to have the best experience with this, because coaching really should energize you, and it should be something that you're able to do on your time and in the way that makes the most sense for you. Okay, so how is this going to work then? What's happening? Essentially, we're going to have 2 different offers. So 1 week, I'm going to be doing a week of Voxer. Now, a week of Voxer is essentially the equivalent of having like a full day on Zoom with me. It means that we are spreading it out over the week, because with Voxer, I'm not going to respond within like every second that you send me something. I also need a break. I'm going to need to like go eat, do things myself, but I will be making myself available throughout the day. And so that means that basically when you total up the time over the course of the week, we will have sat down and basically talked for a day on Zoom essentially together, but with Voxer instead. So that's kind of how that's going to work. Now that's going to be $1,500, and I am only allowing 5 people to do that. That means I'm going to be able to give the most of my attention to all of those people. Now the next offer is a day of Voxer. Now a day of Voxer is more of the equivalent of like 1 hour on Zoom. It does mean that you're kind of going to get me at points throughout the day, of course. I try not to take too long to respond, but you're not going to have me for a week to continue going over the same ideas. So that's going to be available for 15 people, and I'm going to have, that's going to be for $500. You'll be able to choose whichever one you prefer, but again, there are a limited number of these, and I don't know when I'm opening coaching again. At this point, it wouldn't be, I think the absolute earliest I could do it is October, but I don't actually know that. And as we saw last year, with my health and with how winter treats my body, it doesn't always happen. So this, I don't mean to be like fake scarcity, it's just genuinely that's what happened last year, and I know people were upset by it. Now, as for like what you can ask me, what we can talk about, basically anything you want, like just like we would do in a live call, you can use this however you would like. If you would like for me to review your blog, you can ask me to do that, and then that's going to be part of your time. I do ask everybody going into it, the best way we can make sense of this, first of all, you're going to get like a form to fill out so I can make sure I have a good history of what we're working on, but I ask you to have like really like one thing in mind, that way we can really deep dive into something. Now, definitely you can veer off and talk about more than one thing, but I want to have one focus that we're really trying to like keep as a through line. That way I can make sure that I give you the best transformation possible by the end of our time together. As much as I want to just sit and chat with you guys all on Zoom and Voxer and just like shoot the shit, that's not what this is for. This is for your business, and I want to help with your business as much as I can. So I don't want us to accidentally spend like half of your time just talking about our dogs. I want to make sure I can refocus the conversation to what you actually need to talk about, so that we can make sure that this is the most valuable thing for you possible. So when is this happening? I forgot to mention that. This will be happening the last 2 weeks of June. So basically the week of the 15th, I think, is the Monday. So it'll be Monday to Friday, and then Monday to Friday the week after. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. If you email nina@sheknowsseo.co, and just make sure that you put like Voxer coaching in the subject. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. If you put something else in the subject, I just might miss it. So if you could do that so I can make sure I like jump to it as quickly as possible, that'll be really great. And I cannot wait to work with y'all. Bye.